All right, guys, what's going on, chat? How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the live stream. All right, I know normally we're here on a Thursday night, but it is Monday, and we have Cowboys versus Chargers in LA. Big game. There's so many great players. Like I feel like both offenses. There's so much to look at. That's what I'm trying to say right now. I'm very 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 excited to look into this. I'm just gonna put out a tweet right now, boys, that we are live. Let me just put this out. Need some of your best bets for. Just putting the tweet out, boys. Come hang. All right. Cool. All right, guys. I think we are good to go. Let me just make sure everything looks good on the YouTube channel as well. All right, that looks good. Cool. All right, guys. Let me just type in here so make sure you guys can see me. Make sure everything looks good. All right, cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live and we are ready to rock and roll. Monday Night Football. Chat, we went 2 of 3 last week. If you guys don't know what we're doing, we are building the Outlier Community Parlay, meaning we need 3 picks from tonight's game, and we're looking to cash. We've only hit one of them this year, which isn't great, but at the same time, we've been so close. We've gone 2 of 3 on 3 of our last 4. So we're right there. We're literally right there. Last week, we used our first in the Thursday night game. I did a Chris Jones sack, and he actually got a sack in the end of the first half. So that was awesome. I don't know. This game has a lot of great offensive players, so I'm probably going to stay away from defense for the most part. Saying that, we'll see. Now, the first player I want to talk about, the first player I want to look at is CeeDee Lamb, because obviously CeeDee Lamb was not happy. He voiced his frustration after last week's loss to the 49ers. There's a lot of question marks about his targets, all that good stuff. Personally, I'm kind of feeling CeeDee Lamb. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I don't know what of CeeDee Lamb's props I like, but I do like it. We're getting, you know it. Hey, Mr. Donald, you already know it. This is the night. This Monday night game, I think it's not only a great football game, but there's just so many. I feel like we have so many different options to go in. Austin Eckler making his return, first game back since week 1. Obviously, you got Dak and how disappointing their offense was last year. I got Lamb going over for receiving yards. Don, I'm so glad to hear that we're on the same page. Now let's look at CeeDee Lamb. Again, if you guys don't know anything about it, if you guys have not checked out Outlier, make sure you guys go download Outlier. All of every bet on all the major sports books in one place with all this information that tells you everything you need to know, instead of looking at different places being like, oh, I don't know if that's a good bet or that. It shows you hit rates, it gives you information, trends. Outlier is the absolute best. So make sure you guys go download Outlier right now. So Donald said he's over on CeeDee Lamb receiving yards. Now CeeDee Lamb receiving yard is sitting at 72.5. And the last 3 weeks, it hasn't been pretty for CD. 53, 36, 49. He started off the year super hot. I mean, look at this. 117, 77, 143. Now, San Fran's game was tough because, that team, they fell behind. They were down, 21-7 at half and could never really get anything going. But I think CeeDee Lamb's going to see a lot more action. Let's go down here. You can even look at stuff like the pass plays, the run plays. We can look at his receiving targets and all that good stuff. How many times is he getting the ball thrown to him? I feel like CeeDee Lamb's voicing his frustration. I think they're going to look his way more. And I don't hate that over 72.5 number. They bumped him already. You got 71.5. Don, you are lucky. We can even see here, boys, October 14th, it opened up at 68.5. It was 71, 72.5, 71, now up to 72.5. So it has gone up a little bit. Don, you like that, though? So let me ask you a question. Chat, and Mr. Don, thank you so much for being here today, man. Do you guys like that more than you like CeeDee Lamb's longest reception over 25.5 yards? I mean, this is hit. Look at this, boys. This is hit, 8 of the last 10 games? I'm sold on it for sure. Look at this, boys. So CeeDee Lamb's longest reception sitting at 25.5 yards, right? 46, 49, 31, 32, 20, 29. I mean, Oh, like this doesn't seem like a bad bet. With I could just do a CD Lamb. We could literally just do CD Lamb. I like all of his props, man. Throw a CD Lamb touchdown, longest reception, and the over on yards. It's sitting at 25 and a half. Stats wise, I like longest reception, but I'm already locked in on yards. Okay. I see. I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I don't think you could really go wrong with either way. 29. I mean, I feel like Dak's going to look CD way. I mean, I also like the Chargers have a really good offense, right? So we'll see how Dallas's defense looks against them. I could see, they have their former coordinator as well. Maybe this game's a little bit more high scoring, 28-24, something like that. I don't assume. I would be surprised if Dallas just walked all over the Chargers. Even though it's in LA, I still feel like it's basically probably going to be 50-50 since, Dallas travels so well and the Chargers are relatively a new team in LA. So, all right, CeeDee Lamb out for right now. Just for right this second, I'm going to put in CeeDee Lamb's longest reception. That's going to be the first one we lock in. We're going to lock in CeeDee Lamb longest reception at 25 and a half yards. So we have one. And again, if you guys don't know anything about Outlier, when you put a bet in, you can put it right here. It shows you what book that's available on. So obviously right now, it's only available on DraftKings for 25. I bet you could get a different number for like if you're on FanDuel or if you're on Caesars or one of those things. So we have CeeDee Lamb. Let's talk about some other players. All right, boys. Give me some other players besides CeeDee Lamb that you like tonight. It could be on the Chargers offense. It could be on, Dallas's offense. What else? I got Allen, Eckler, and Lamb going over for receiving yards time prize picks. Ooh, I like that. Donald, who do you like better for going over in yards? Allen or Eckler? Pollard rush. Ooh, Chris is coming in with the Pollard rushing. All right, let me see. Well, I haven't even looked at Pollard's numbers. Let's look at Tony Pollard. So you like his rushing yards, which is sitting at, 69.5 rushing yards? Okay. Again, it's tough because the last couple of weeks, Dallas's offense, has struggled a bit. You saw CeeDee Lamb, hasn't hit his numbers. Pollard hasn't. But look at this. Before, Chris, we're kind of playing with fire over here. I'm not going to lie. 70 and 72. We're pushing it, or longest rush at 15. We're kind of pushing it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm sitting at 69.5 for rushing yards, 70, 72. He hit 122 versus Arizona. We can even see stuff. Let's look over here. 72 rushing yards. Let's go down here. We can see the amount of his rushing attempts. So he got 25 rushing attempts, 23. 11 and then obviously 8. Now it's tough to look at San because they fell behind by so much there where they basically abandoned the run, right? The longest rush is at 15. Let's look at longest rush. I'm interested to see that. I don't know if you saw this, Chris. I really like CeeDee Lamb's longest reception. I really like that CeeDee Lamb longest reception. Okay, where is his longest rush? Where is longest? Am I missing something? Over, long, under, where's longest? Over, here we go. Okay. 15 and a half. Ooh, this dude, there's a lot of, am I really going to be that guy that just bets on the longest on everything instead of actually taking that? I feel like a little bit of a wuss, but at the same time, I don't know. Look at that, boys. 25, 23. These are 31. These are hitting with ease. 16, obviously, that's right on the fence right there. And then 10. I feel like he could break one. Now, last week, it hurts me to say this. We actually lost our parlay on a longest rush by Isaiah Pacheco. That was painful. I think we need like 16 and a half or 17 and a half, and he fell short at like a 15-yard rush. I also got Micah Parsons under 4.5 tackles and assists on prize picks. Okay, Donald. Did you build a little six play entry? Again, chat, this is the community parlay. This is not the M-Bone parlay. I need your guys' help, your advice. What do you guys like? What do you guys not like? Because at the end of the day, I'm sure you guys are a million times more knowledgeable than I am. Hell yeah. Donald, I love that. That is so awesome. I wish you the best of luck today, boss. If there's anything you guys want me to look at, I have no issues at looking at it whatsoever. We'll go over here. Again, another great feature on Outlier, boys. You can look at the team rankings. How does Dallas's offense look against San Diego, or not San Diego, the Los Angeles Chargers defense? So you can see here, it's no secret. Dallas struggles in the red zone. I'm going to stay away from any touchdown props for Dallas's offense just because, I don't know, dude. They've gotten in the red zone. They've just been settling for field goals. I'm always building six mans. Have you hit any, Donald? That's awesome. But if we look over here, we can see the rushing. So they're what? They're 8th in the league in rushing yards, and the Chargers are middle of the pack against the run. Total plays. I mean, they're past Steve, dude. I gotta stop saying San Diego. The Chargers, Los Angeles is sitting 32nd in the league against the pass. So that's another reason. Maybe Lamb stuff isn't too bad. I know. Blake, what's up, baby? Blake, I'm stuck in the past. Get me out of there. How you doing, Blake? Thanks so much for being here. Blake, is there anything you like tonight, man? Let me know. Again, we're willing to look at anything. Guys, if you've not downloaded Outlier, it has all your best information in one place. Pollard, all right, we'll come back to Pollard. I like that longest rush. I'm not going to lie. Chris, I'm a fan. Another player I want to look at is Jake Ferguson because we already know Dak loves his tight ends. I think for Ferguson, maybe receptions. I don't know. No, never mind. Abort. I take back what did I say that? Let me take that back. Oof. I mean, he had 5, 7, 3 last week. I mean, these are close. That's the thing. Like, these two are one reception off being what? Instead of being 2 for his last 5, being 4 for his last 5. I've been doing tackles, assists bets with team safeties. Okay, Blake. Blake, last week we did our first defensive prop. We did a Chris Jones sack and it hit. So you know what? I might have to look into it. Austin over receiving, CD over receiving, Dak over yards. Oh, the truth. Okay. I haven't really looked at any Austin Ekeler. I feel like Austin Ekeler stuff's a little hard to look at, like with stats wise, just because he's been injured for so long. Not so long, but hasn't played since week 1. Chat, this is one of those games, dude, as like, a fan of football, like a sports fan, as an NFL fan, there's so many exciting players on both ends of so it's like, I feel like we almost have too much to look at. Eckler to get in the end zone is minus 195. Not a whole lot of juice there, but he kind of is a touchdown machine. Do you use anything else besides Outlier? No, honestly, Donald, I'm going to be honest with you, man. When I'm looking to like place a bet and stuff like that, I just go to Outlier. Like the thing about it for me is instead of just kind of looking around and seeing what I like, I kind of just go off the trends. They have opponent rankings, the hit rates. They have everything. Like Outlier is really, and the thing that is cool too, chat. Like this isn't just for NFL. Like if you want to look at college football or baseball today or NHL, like the trends page is great. Like even if, I know this is not a baseball stream, but like Trey Turner has exceeded 1.5 total bases in 8 of his last 9 games, right? And then it shows you, you can get that on DraftKings for minus 105. It really has all that information that you could possibly need in one. So that's like my favorite thing about Outlier. It's instead of going to a bunch of different websites and trying to figure out which bet is the best, they have all of it in one place. All right, let's go back to football because this is a football stream. Austin Ekeler, what do we like? So the truth said he is over in yards for Ekeler. So are we receiving yards, the truth? Or do you have the over in rushing yards? Which one do you have? My theory is Justin is getting pressured, so he's dumped it off to Ekeler at least 6 times. Okay, so I'm assuming receiving yards then. Perfect. I mean, dude, these are nice. These are pretty. It's hit what? 6 of the last 10 games that he's played in. Now, obviously, this was a playoff game. 47 week 1 receptions, receiving for me. What do you guys like better, receptions or receiving yards? If we were looking at Austin Ekeler, do you think it's safer to go with the yards or the receptions? What's his receptions at? 4.5, I think. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. He's been right at 4, boys. He's been right at 4. Oh my gosh. That might be too much of a sweat for me, dude. He's sitting right at 4 for all of them. Receptions, in my opinion. Okay. This doesn't scare you guys at all? Oh my gosh. I mean, we could maybe go for an alt line, maybe go 2. No, do you have a 3.5? That's 225. There's not much juice on that. Yeah. I don't. The thing is, like, I like your thought process there, man. Herbert's going to be under pressure. Parsons, Lawrence, all those guys. The Cowboys are some frauds. I could definitely see him just dumping it off a bit. All right, we'll keep our eye on that. Let's look at Keenan Allen. Again, there's almost too many players to look at tonight where I feel like I got to we just got to start adding to our slip. Again, if you guys don't know what we're doing, we're building the Outlier community slip right now. Basically, the way it works is we have 3 picks and we're trying to hit the parlay, and then we'll throw out the reaction tonight. So if you guys don't follow Outlier on all the social medias, make sure you guys do. When does this switch to an EAFC? You're funny, Blake. You're real funny. Too close for me. Again, another longest reception. Keenan Allen, longest reception, 24.5 yards. It's hit 7 out of the last 10 games. It's fallen just short twice. I mean, there's a lot of green there. Now, obviously this one's 25, so that's right on the fence. But I mean, Keenan Allen just has, the thing is, he just gets so much usage, man. So much usage. Oh my gosh, look at these receiving number yards. I mean, obviously only 32 last week, but 215 receiving yards. I like Derwin James, tackles and assists. Okay, Blake, okay. You love those tackles and assists, don't you, Blake? That does not surprise me one bit. You know what? I'm going to chat. We're going to throw a Tony Pollard one in here too. Let's throw Tony Pollard. I like that. We'll come back. I want to start adding the picks we like. I'm going to start adding them in. So we're going to go, where is his longest rush? Okay. We're going to throw his longest rush in here as well. I like the numbers behind this one. So right now, boys, if we go over here, so far, we have a CeeDee Lamb longest reception over 25.5 and a Tony Pollard longest rush over 15.5. Those are our 2 plays at the moment. Again, this can all change. Let's see what else we like here. All right, so Tony Pollard, we got those. Let's go back to Allen. Obviously, no Williams, so that probably helps us. We could also do 84.5 receiving yards. No. Did I say that? I like the tackle and assist prop now too. You know what, Chris, you want me to throw another defensive prop in there, don't you? I'm over there like trying to get like, where's Derwin James? Did he make that tackle? Was that him? I got Samuel Jr. over 4.5 tackles. Dang, so you guys really liked. How many of you guys go defensive props? Am I behind the game? Am I the only one that does not do the defensive props? Because I might, you know what? If you guys really want me to throw a defensive prop in there, we will. It might make it a little bit harder to react to, but hey, if it's good content, then I'm down for it. What about 7.5 receptions for Keenan Allen? That is 18 receptions, dude. 18 receptions. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. That'd be the easiest sweat. I've been doing it all year. I'm sleeping on those. Also, they are free on some apps. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess depending on that's always a reason to place it, right? Maybe, you know what? We'll come back to Keenan Allen. We'll come back. You know what? Let me get rid of it. What are some of the top defensive props? I don't really want to do any unders on tackles. These are all unders. We could do, is there any overs for tackles that we like? We got Bland, I think that's the corner that replaced Diggs for an assist. Derwin James over 2.5 assists. I just don't. The problem is these are going to be so hard to react to. Like it's one thing if you're watching like your offensive player and you need like CeeDee Lamb to catch the football, or if you need, Austin Eckler to catch it out of the backfield. But if I'm like tracking the safety, trying to figure out, come in, make a tackle, that can make things a little difficult. Fresno State cornerback. Oh, Fresno State. Stand up, Blake. Stand up, baby. Had a good one too. Let me see. Who are we looking at here? Blake wants me to look at Clark. All right, Blake, I got you. Let's see what do you like? You like the overs on assist, overs tackles and assist? Blake, is this what he's 7.5. He had 10, 9, 6. Okay. All right, Blake. Blake's trying to get me to throw something in there. They got they got Samuel Jr. 3.5 on chalkboard. So free. Oh, there you go. There you go, boys. All right, let's see what else we have here. So we got CeeDee Lamb. We could go Jake Ferguson as well. We have Austin Eckler. I wouldn't hate to throw. Dude, I got to do a kicker prop. Shout out to Cameron Dicker the kicker. He went to UT. Hook him, boys. Hook him. What are some other? What do you guys think? If we were to go quarterbacks, is there a Do you guys like Herbert's stuff better or Dak's stuff? If we're not saying if we were just gonna look at a quarterback, which quarterback you guys would you have your eyes on a little bit more? I'm ready for NBA props, not gonna lie. Blake, I know you're Blake. They got NBA. You can't. It's preseason right now, but don't think Outlier doesn't have NBA. They got a lot of great NBA stuff. Hockey, even got WNBA in there. College football. It's never ending. Any sport, any bet on any book, Outliers got you with all the information right there, boys. It really is the best place if you enjoy sports gambling. If you're like I consider myself a mediocre sports gambler, so websites, Outlier helps me out so much and gives me the best chance to win. Instead of me just blindly being like, oh, that looks like a good pick, I can kind of look at it and get some information behind all of it. What's interesting, boys? If we look at the actual game within, I feel like, so this is our first Monday Night Football reaction. We've been doing Thursday nights, right? This is our first Monday night game. And it feels like 99% of the Monday or the Thursday night games are all blowouts. Like, right, last week we had the Chiefs who were like, what? They were huge favorites, 10.5-point favorites, 11, whatever it was. This game's really, really even. Dallas, I think, is just barely favored. There's -2.5 for Dallas. The Chargers are +2.5. The over is sitting at 50.5. Obviously alternate spreads. You can look at the Dallas offense versus the Chargers defense or vice versa. Is there a code I can use? I got it. Chris, do we have a code, sir? Chris, is Mbone a code or no? Do we have a code? Let me talk to Blake. I got you, so I'll message you. Let me ask Chris, and if there is a code, I will send it your way for sure, Blake. I appreciate you, brother. All right, boys. So let's go back here. I need another prop. We need another prop, and I'm sorry. I don't think I'm going to go defense here. Let's get in. There's too many offensive skilled players. I feel like we got to go with one of them. Let's go look at Jake Ferguson. That was another player I had my eyes on just because we know how much Dallas loves to use their tight ends in their offense. Now, Ferguson, I'm not going to take any unders. I like Dak passes over 1.5 touchdowns. Okay, Ocean. You know what? Hold on. Let's go to Dak really fast and see where that's sitting. I'll give it a shot during NBA season. Hell yeah, Blake. I will. I'll talk to Chris and I'll get you a code if there is one, brother. No code right now. We'll send him a personalized one though. Okay. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you, Mr. Chris. Thank you, boss. All right. So you like Dak over 1.5 touchdowns. Okay, where is that? So here's Dak -115. So Dak's obviously had 2 versus the Jets, and then he had 1-1-1. So you're thinking this is the week Dak. I mean, the truth of the matter is, you just need one more, right? It's just a matter of how much, if Pollard's going to go out. If we look at like the Chargers pass defense, look how 32nd in the league, right? They're giving up they're 32nd lead in the league in passing yards. So there's a very good chance, Dak did not play well on Sunday night versus the 49ers. Maybe tonight's the night that he kind of gets things back. It's not a bad shot at all. What about touchdowns? Can we go over here? Tackle? No. First downs, third down, red zone efficiency. Dallas is that's my fear, man. I feel like this would literally be all greened out if Dallas could score touchdowns in the red zone. That's been their biggest issue. They get down in the red zone and they just can't get in the end zone. So I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I feel like they make a statement this game. Okay, Truth. Okay. So maybe we go with a Cowboys prop. Let me see what else. Let me go back to Jake Ferguson really fast. I haven't even talked about Michael Gallup yet. That's the other thing that's crazy about it. All right, let's go. Jake Ferguson, who's been a beast. Jake Ferguson's been balling, man. After they lost Dalton Schultz, I was like, I don't really know where they're going to go from here, but he's really picked up the slack. We could do receptions or receiving yards. We already got longest reception. I'm probably not going to do longest reception here. Ferguson's receiving yards is sitting at 36.5. Last week he had 28, he had 77, so basically like more than doubled that, and then 48. He's been a lot more involved recently. That's also sitting at +100. We could always, if we want to do what? If we want to do, we could move it down. We could do 35.5. That makes things, man, it doesn't really do much. We'll probably just keep it. Well, we could. What about his how many receptions? Let's see. So that's sitting at 3.5. Again, dude, the Patriots game, man, 7, doubled it, 5, 3. You know what, boys? I kind of like receptions more than receiving yards for Jake Ferguson. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm feeling a little bit better about the receptions than receiving yards. I think 4 receptions is very, very doable. I mean, you look at these, an extra reception here and an extra reception here, and he's hit 4 of his last 4. So we'll throw that in there as well. So that's what we have right now, boys. We have CeeDee Lamb, longest reception, over 25 and a half yards. We have Tony Pollard, longest rush, over 15 and a half. And we have Jake Ferguson, over 3.5 receptions. How do we feel? Do we go with Keenan Allen? Do we go? I mean, I don't have any. Wait, no, I have. Hold up. I can't do this. I can't have only the Dallas off. I didn't realize, boys. We got to get a Chargers play in there. My bad. Let's go back to Austin Eckler. We got to get a Chargers play. That's way. I can't have only the Dallas offense. That is a recipe for disaster. No defensive bet. Low-key lame. Okay, Blake. You know what, Blake? Leave me alone, dude. I'm too scared, man. I also like we're going to be reacting to the game tonight. So defensive props, like if I do tackles, that's going to be so hard for me to follow along. All right, so Austin Eckler. Do we put Austin Eckler to get in the end zone? I feel like that's kind of a gimme. Look at this, boys. I mean, Eckler basically scores every single week. We're all Cowboys fans, truth. And we can't only have Cowboy props. That's not a good idea. That's we could just, I mean, is it lame if we do Austin Eckler to score a touchdown? Like that almost feels like a gimme. It's fun. I know it does look fun. Yeah. What do you guys think? Maybe Austin Eckler touchdown? All right, we'll throw it in there for right now. What do you guys think? I guess we get rid of what do you guys think? All right, let me ask you guys a question really fast. Out of these 3, CeeDee Lamb, longest reception, over 25 and a half. Tony Pollard, longest rush, over 15 and a half. And Jake Ferguson, over 3.5 receptions. Which of those do you have the least amount of faith in? If I'm like, I got to get rid of one of them. So which one should we get rid of? Which one are you guys like, I don't know about that one. Maybe it's like 50-50. I'm going to leave it. It's the community slip. It is not the M-Bone slip. So I fully trust you guys. This is all you guys. You guys have to tell me which one you guys like or which one you guys don't like here. CeeDee Lamb, in my opinion. Blake says CeeDee. I mean, yeah. My fear with CeeDee Lamb, my thing with CeeDee Lamb, the first thing I looked at was CeeDee Lamb. Remember a couple weeks ago when Jamar Chase was like, I'm open. I'm always open. And then he had like 3 touchdowns in a massive game against Arizona. He voiced his frustration with the Cowboys and his targets and all that. That is the only reason why I have the CeeDee Lamb. That's why I feel pretty confident about CeeDee Lamb. Tony Pollard, longest rush, over 15 and a half. Also, their defense has been the Chargers defense against the pass has been so bad. Chris is going to hate me if I get rid of the Tony Pollard. I might get rid of the Tony Pollard. Chris, I'm sorry. You know what, Chris? If Tony Pollard hits it, CeeDee going off, especially after what Richard Sherman said, he's not a wide receiver 1, definitely popping off. Okay, we'll keep CeeDee in there. I think I'm going to get rid of the Tony Pollard longest rush. Hopefully Chris is not here to see that. Chris, I'm sorry if that hits. That's fully on me. You were right. I was wrong. It's going to hit like first drive. Watch. All right. So that's what we have right now. Again, guys, one of the coolest features about Outlier is all you have to do. It's not like you fill this out and then you have to go to your sports book and be like, okay, I have this, I have that, I have this. You literally just click continue and it takes you directly to the book that you're on, where the bets are available. And it puts it in there for you. So you can literally just go continue. It takes you there. Bam, place the bet. You're done, right? It's beautiful. And that's like the best feature. That's one of the best features in something that, because I know, like when I first was like, okay, well now I have to go find the bet and where is it and what book was that on? No, you get it directly from the website. Takes you to, for example, I'm on DraftKings. So it takes me directly to DraftKings. Bam, bets in, put the money, however much I want to put on it, and you're good to go. So, all right. Boys, this is what we have right now. We have a CeeDee Lamb, longest reception, over 25 and a half yards. We have Jake Ferguson, over 3.5 receptions, and Austin Eckler to score. If Austin Eckler does not score a touchdown, I will cry. I would genuinely cry. Oh my gosh. He better get in the end zone. This is how it's going to work. First drive, CeeDee Lamb, 30-yard catch. Then, a couple passes to Jake Ferguson. Then, time for the Chargers to come on offense. They go down. Austin Eckler gets in the end zone. This could be, this is going to be a first half. This is going to finish off in the first half. We're going to be loving life. We're going to be sitting back. We're going to be hanging out afterwards. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you guys so very much for being here today. I appreciate you all. Again, guys, if you've not downloaded Outlier, go download the Outlier app right now. Desktop, there's a mobile app, all that good stuff. Get involved. Make sure you follow the social medias. We're going to be posting our reaction tonight. So hopefully you guys are going to be tailing with me and we can all, get really excited when this hits. This is the one. I feel this is the most confident I have felt about one of our community slips all year. This is the one, boys. This is the freaking one. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you all being here today. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Enjoy Monday Night Football. And I hope to see you guys soon. Take it easy, guys. Make sure you follow Outlier on all their social medias. Bye, chat. Okay, I clicked the wrong button.